Well, if you've been following our YouTube channel, you remember that a few months ago, actually I believe it was back in February, we shared with you where some of our friends had left us in Texas and they were on their way up to the RV Training Academy, and as they were pulling in there, someone rear-ended their DRV and actually totaled the DRV. So we had the opportunity just a few weeks ago to go visit Les and Teri. We were here at our son's house in Tennessee and they were up in Kentucky, so we took a trike ride that day and rode up and visited with them and had lunch with them and just had a wonderful visit. And we sat down and talked to them just a little about their experience and wanted to share that with you. And they want to thank all of you for your prayers, and you'll see that in the video. So all that's coming up in just a few minutes after the intro. We are Rickey and Denise. We sold everything in 2020 and hit the road to RV full time. We travel in our Freightliner M2 truck, pulling our DRV JX 450 full house that hauls our 2020 Harley Tri-Glide. We invite you to travel along with us as we are soaring together.
At your destination on the left in a quarter of a mile. You have reached your destination on the left.
Well, let's do your favorite thing you love to do. Walk around stuff.
I want to give you a hug. Oh, it's so good to see ya. Hey, you. Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Look at him. He's getting all tan down there.
I said, this is like being in somebody's backyard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
Real.
Yeah, this is about like where we at.
This is country.
On a little slab of concrete. Yeah.
So we found out that our friends Les and Teri were only 2 hours from us, or we're actually at our son's house right now in Tennessee. So they're in...
No, right now I actually went in Mammoth Cave.
Yeah, but they're at Cave City, is that what this is called here? So we rode our trike up to visit them today, and want to introduce Les and Teri to you. Many of you prayed for them, and that's been how many months ago?
And it was February 10th.
Yep.
They left us, we were with them in Texas at Aransas Pass, and they left that day heading to just a few hours away in Texas. You're going to the academy.
RV Academy.
RV Academy. And as they were pulling in the academy, their home got rear-ended. And so we did just a little short video asking for prayer. And I know you got lots of prayers.
Got lots of prayer.
from that, and also the gentleman there, the teacher at the academy, or the what's his name, the owner, Todd. And, sent it out on social media. You had people all over the United States praying for you.
Not just Todd, who does the
class.
Yeah, the Todd's Tool Tech Tuesdays or whatever.
Right.
But also Terry Cooper,
Right.
who's there. He's amazing, and then also Tony, who's in charge of media. He's amazing too. And that's not to say that the rest aren't. They were all amazing, and they just were so wonderful. They were at our rig within a few seconds almost, and helped us save as much as we could, put them in boxes, pack them up, and they were just non-stop at our doors to the point where we couldn't even answer the door without crying. So it's like they brought us gift cards, money, food. I mean, it was just a constant thing. So, and prayer.
And prayer.
So if we had to have that happen to us, it was the only place I would have wanted to have that happen.
But now we're sitting here,
yes,
and we're at your new home.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Well, we already had a DRV Mobile Suites, and it was a rear kitchen model, and this one is a 38 RSSA, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit shorter, but we really fell in love with it, especially me, because it has an awesome kitchen. And then my husband got a new truck. What'd you get, babe?
I have a 2018 Dodge 5500 that we purchased when we purchased the rig. They were a set.
From an awesome couple who were going to stop RVing. So they didn't have any use for it anymore.
So when you had the accident, I know one question that a lot of people in the RV world have, because I see the question posted out there a lot: who do you have your insurance with? And you know, we're all concerned because, you know, those of us that haven't been through this, you know, is our insurance going to treat us right? We were in Dollywood just last week, and we just happened to sit down beside of a gentleman. He was waiting for his grandkids that were riding the rides, and he was the State Farm
Agent.
he was
He was regional
adjuster. He was like
regional
an adjuster.
But he was
and Ricky asked him, we asked him the question, you know, and he said, there's not very many insurance companies that have an adjuster.
Yep.
For mobile or for RVs.
RVs.
And so I guess basically they have to be treated kind of like a vehicle. You know, when we wreck a vehicle, we take it into a body shop and they send the adjustment into your insurance.
Well, most of the time it's a third
So
party.
that's what you had an issue with, getting that adjuster, or getting an estimate.
Well, they wouldn't come out. They said starting with COVID or whatever. I don't know if that's the only reason, but they were just they would have the people take pictures and send them in, and then, you know, go from there. But when we did that, the quote was so low, and
they thought it was repairable.
They thought it was repairable. If you saw the pictures on a previous video, you know it's not repairable. So weeks and weeks, month went by, and finally we got our local from where we moved from, which is Hutchinson, Kansas, and it was...
We got him involved.
We got him involved, which is Chris Corey, which is a great State Farm agent, and he started making some phone calls, him and his office lady Mona, and they started helping us a little bit more. They were thinking the whole time that it was taken care of, because what they do is they sell you the insurance and take care of your bills, but when you have an accident, they ship you off to this other place. I can't even remember what it's called, dude. But and they were supposed to take care of it, and so finally they're like, they're not taking care of it.
So it's good to know your agents.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they jumped on board.
And I think
we know our agent. We've been with him for years, and hopefully in the event he would come through.
That would be
and
your
help us.
first call.
No events.
No events.
No
We
event.
don't want
Yeah,
any
we don't want no
events.
events, but if you have an event,
I had an event. I
Yeah.
pulled my slide over my trigger.
That's right. Right.
We just did. We didn't turn that one into the
I didn't turn it
insurance.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a crackhead, so you just can't.
It
you
was.
don't turn
It cost a lot more than the deductible, but we didn't turn
Yeah, I
it in.
didn't turn it in.
Well, they escalated it up to total loss, which is a whole separate department, and they were actually in
Georgia?
Duluth, Georgia, or something like
Something
that.
like that.
And
It was.
she was
from-
awesome. Bethany, I think her name was,
Yep.
and she just within days
It was done.
after that, she's like, "Oh no!" She goes, "As soon as I got those pictures, I knew," and she was just right on it after that.
Well, this gentleman in Dollywood said they just don't have that many claims
Mhm.
on them.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not enough, basically, to justify
Having an
an
adjuster.
adjuster in the room. He said unless he worked with a guy that he had RV some, so he knew more about what it costs to repair it and all that. He said unless you get somebody like that,
Yeah.
then you just really don't know.
Well,
But-
Rolling Retreats was really great too, because I called down there and spoke with Alicia and Mike and got some estimates on what some
Right.
things would cost. And that was helpful because I passed that on to the adjuster and they took it into consideration and upped it after I had talked to Mike. So that was very helpful.
But you're on the road again.
We are on the road. Yep,
On the road. We're in Kentucky.
yeah. Going to some caves.
And I love this little park.
It's real quiet.
It's when we pulled up, I said, "This is like being in somebody's backyard."
Yes,
It is.
that's what
It
it
really
feels
is.
like.
Yeah.
It probably no. She said that when they bought it, it had been in a family for a long time, and it was a tobacco farm.
Okay.
It was a tobacco farm,
Right.
and
Well, that's a barn
yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tobacco barn.
You can leave that out.
But it's
No, I
No,
worked
okay.
when I was a kid, I had to work in tobacco. My dad raised tobacco.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
The actual main farmhouse, she said, is that one right there behind front of us.
But this property being so close here to the Mammoth Cave
It
and
is.
the other caves,
Mhm.
this was a good
It's a
thing
good
to
fit.
build an RV park here. Much,
Yeah.
Probably much needed in this area.
Well, this one is called Singing Hills. And the owners are a couple who are just really sweet as they can be. So, had some conversations with them. They're sweet.
but going back to
Uh-huh.
a statement that you made, and I'll give a plug for Jim and Kelly, but Jim asked the question not too long ago, do you like your dealer, you know? And we done a video with about obviously Rolling Retreats, you know, and we've had a good experience with Alicia and Slade and all of them. And I've said it many times, that's, you know, I drove a long way, but we just go out there and at some point she's probably gonna watch it, but just fell in love with her. She's a sweetheart.
Yes.
And you know, even if you didn't buy from them, this is one thing that I really like about her too. She, from everything that I've seen in the forums and all, she'll try to help you.
Yep.
She does.
She'll try to get you, you know, pointed in the right direction. So, and it's like I said in the video, I said, I don't know how it's like to deal with anybody else that's not, because they're the only ones I've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have to drive a way to get there. But, you know, knowing somebody like them in the business, like you said, helped. Well, even when I bought the sport chassis I had to go find several listings of the truck that I was going to get, because the bank that I bought it from, they didn't have a clue. Of course, I'd been dealing with him all my life, but he said, you got to give me something. So I went online and, you know, this is what this and selling. So, you know, we were able to get it. But you know, there again, knowing people in life can expedite a lot of things.
Well, we want to Go ahead.
Well, I
You
was
gonna
going to say, we
something?
really wanted to, we talked about it, about buying a new rig, and we were going to buy it from them. But, you know, it was going to be quite a bit of a wait to order one.
Right.
And everything that we'd been through, we really wanted to get on the road. And
Yep.
she was trying hard, you know, seeing if there were some used ones. And there just
Yep.
wasn't one. She had one that was like our old one that probably would have worked, but I was really wanting something different. And and we really we felt like we needed to get back on right away and not wait a year to have a new rig.
Get back on the horse.
We needed to
Yep.
get back on, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe if you had waited, you might have built up a fear where getting back in
Yeah.
would help heal that
Yep.
process of the accident faster for you.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
it still has its moments.
Sure.
You know, because you see some bonehead doing something stupid and you go, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all good. You just got to have your head on your shoulders and be paying attention
At all times.
at all times.
Well, there again, you know, basically like the first rig we bought, with the Freightliner and the Raptor. It was a couple that they were actually wasn't getting completely out, but they were downsizing. So
They will.
we're enjoying the journey.
Just want to thank Les and Teri for talking to us today, and maybe
Yeah, and for the taco
something-
salad.
we had taco salad,
Yeah.
but maybe something that they've said will help you out there in the RV world. And we're glad that you were close to us, that we could stop by,
Yes,
because
it's a small world.
you're headed up the East Coast.
Well, first we're going straight up, so we're going to be going to see the Ark encounter. So that's where our next step is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah,
want to see.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then yes, I'm going up the East Coast, Maine. We should hit Maine by September. And then back down again before it gets too cold.
And we're
Right.
definitely going to run into each other somewhere.
I
Yeah,
hope
we're
so.
trying-
If we don't make it to Arizona,
We're trying to make some
I'm fine with
plans.
switching.
we're kind of altering our plans maybe somewhat because of fuel prices.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe you two should arm wrestle for it.
Please wins.
He's not even gonna take it on.
Yeah, you
It
never
wouldn't
know.
matter if I broke her arm. I still wouldn't have the last say.
Right.
But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you all for watching and viewing our channel as Rickey and I are, what are we?
You're soaring,
Soaring
together.
together. Awesome.
You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are faithful.
It's part of the Elite Suites. Oh, and I have the Alicia closet.
You do.
I love it. They had it put in. I was so
Now-
excited.
Was this originally purchased at Rolling Retreats, you think?
No, it was in. They said, and they got it in Elkhart. They got it new. So, yeah, this is. They didn't even call it an Alicia closet. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, I call it an Alicia closet.
Well, and the one in the bathroom is Alicia too, because
know.
originally that's just like a little
2 shelves.
open shelf
Yeah.
with no doors.
Yeah.
When we are lost in pain, we cry out your name, and you are faithful, faithful through all things.
All of us that travel on the road hope that things like this never do happen, but we have to be prepared, and we have to have that insurance, and One thing that Rickey and I do before we leave each trip, we say a prayer for God to protect us on the road and get us safely to where we're going and protect all those around us. So we just always do that and trust in Him to keep us safe as we travel. So we want to thank you again today for viewing our channel, and want to say, if you haven't done so, like and subscribe and do all those things so you won't miss out as Rickey and I are soaring together